we've got a lot of talent in the backcourt for both of these squads, Clark.
Yeah, there's so many outstanding shot makers and playmakers in the backcourts across the league. I do believe it is clearly a guards league these days. All of these guys can light it up and will light you up. So clearly a shooter's league is what you see most of now.
Now the opening lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. It's Batum at the power forward with Zubats at center, and it's Westbrook in at the one.
Something you can't put a price tag on. The Minnesota Timberwolves gained last season. Playoff experience, young guys getting accustomed to the crucible of postseason play. Extremely valuable.
So, Clark, would you say playoff experience also raises your regular season play?
I don't think there's any question about it, B.A. I never had a chance in my short career to play in the playoffs, but I covered a bunch of them as a broadcaster. There's a different electricity. There's a different intensity. There's a different feel in the locker room. You learn not to back down. You learn to work through adversity, and you learn to play under pressure.
Now here's Leonard with the drive. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Conley against Westbrook. It's Edwards on the wing. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Now here's George. Oh, and the dunk by George.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Edwards against George. And Edwards, here we go. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy two, the for sure two. No need to make it fancy and special.
Leonard's got room. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
George's all-around game is very impressive. His passing has really grown. He's able to whip passes over to open teammates right on time and on target now.
Gobert passes to Edwards. Back to Daniels. 6 to shoot. Conley up top. Pounded by Westbrook. The shot by Conley. No good.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
And for Paul George, playing close to home on a title-contending team, it's a tremendous opportunity, Greg.
And back with the Pacers, he twice made the Eastern Conference Finals. But without a doubt, this is the most talented team he's ever been a part of.
Now here's Gobert. Here's Towns. Gobert, no good.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Leonard. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it.
Yeah, a communication breakdown. Two guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Minnesota in the lead. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just an aggressive move by Gobert, protecting the possession and getting the second chance look.
Westbrook against Conley. Westbrook, the pass to Leonard. Driving inside, pass to Zubats. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Minnesota's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. McDaniels finds Edwards. There's a minute 26 left in the first quarter. 5 on the clock. Nails the 16-footer. Edwards has got 7 points.
And, you know, we need to keep seeing this from Edwards. It's encouraging to see him sink the mid-range J there.
George against Edwards. Here's Leonard. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net.
That may not be his first choice, but Kawhi's not going to pass it up if it's there for him. Good decision to take the quick jumper off the catch.
Conley passes to Edwards. There's 47 seconds left in the first. It's McDaniels on the wing. Outside Conley. It's tipped. Intercepted. McDaniels with it, and it's Leonard picking him up. Here's Towns, and it's powered home by Towns.
That's just a beautiful move by Towns. Really, he's got such a versatile skill set. There with the plus handles, man, he's got a lot to work with.
Now here's George. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. George has gotten his second bucket.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Outside Conley. 1 second left. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. The T-Wolves on top. They lead by 5.
Please give a big round of applause for the Pop.
If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
You know, another point I'd like to add is that they've had tremendous success early on converting turnovers and turning those into points.
Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Conley in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident taking on defenders and finishing.
Timeout call, the Clippers. Man, he's checked in for Los Angeles. The Clippers trail. The 2021-22 season felt like a lost one for the Clippers. Kawhi and Paul George both hurt.
So true. I mean, but B.A., those two together, healthy, are scary. A finals-level duo. It kind of shows you how you can plan, build an awesome roster, but injuries can derail it all.
Leonard for 3. Sinks the tray. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the years from Leonard has been incredible, especially his three-point shooting.
To the middle. Ooh, it's stolen away. Here we go, all alone. And that one's good, man. Man's got 4 points in the quarter.
Good heads-up basketball. Season opening and capitalizes.
Edwards against George. Edwards, the pass to McDaniels. Edwards can't hit. The Clippers have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Here's Mann. And that misses. That would have put him up. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Tipped away. And stolen by Leonard. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Takes a 3. George for 3. And a nice finish on the layup. Batum's got his first basket.
And, you know, that wingspan, those arms are very long for Batum. Uses them well to score through contact.
Conley passes to Edwards. Shot to stop the run. Rejected by George. And it's the Clippers on the break. Pass to Batum. Leonard right side. Zubac's inside. He's against Gobert. A nice shot by Zubac. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Yeah, I love the energy and aggressiveness I've seen from them on defense. They're really getting after it with all these blocks.
You know, another point I'd like to add is that they've had tremendous success early on converting turnovers and turning those into points.
Towns can't get it to go. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter.
You know, when he referred to himself as the greatest big man shooter of all time, Karl Anthony Towns certainly raised some eyebrows and sparked some debate in the NBA fraternity.
2 minutes remaining in the half. 2 minutes.
Outside Conley. Pass to Gobert. Now Towns. Oh, it's Towns with the finish.
Towns with the creativity and explosiveness.
The Clippers have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter. You know, with Towns, there's no doubt he's a lethal shooter from downtown.
Well, the numbers don't lie, man. This guy, B.A., has been around 50, 40, and 80 throughout his career. 50% field goals, 40% three, and 80% free throws. Tell me how many big guys can match up with those numbers. Very few.
Oh, George with a steal. Here's man, guarded by Edwards. Back to man. Zubac against Edwards. George for three. Oh, and another three for the Clippers.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Yeah, I agree with you. A big run taking place right now, and it looks to be the beginning of the end.
Edwards, a pass to Towns. It's blocked. From deep three-point range, that shot off. Now Minnesota takes it the other way. Pass to Gobert. And he drives in. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Bam! Rudy Gobert. That was a loud 2 points.
Here's man. He's guarded by Conley. George for three. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got 4 rebounds in the game. Conley with the ball. Here's Gobert. He's guarded by Zubac. Here's Batum. No good on the buzzer beater. Thank you, Allie. Good stuff.
Your Minnesota Timberwolves 20. The Clippers 28.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. It's been one outstanding game from Kawhi Leonard.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Checking out the group for Ty Lue to start the second half. Norman Powell out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Mason Plumlee. Then there's Eric Gordon. And it's Highland in at the point.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Powell passes to Gordon. It felt like we'd become a league where every game turned into a three-point shooting contest. But, Clark, we've seen different styles work.
Exactly, B. I mean, take Chicago during the 21-22 year. I mean, they were fantastic offensively, yet near the bottom of the league in three-point attempts. Having teams with distinct offenses, I think, makes the game a lot more fun to watch.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Anderson, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2 on Robert Covington.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
And Clark, how about the progress of the Timberwolves?
Love what they've done, B.A. They've put the pieces in place to be a playoff regular and still the youth to grow in the long term. That's a nice combination, especially when you look at a guy like Anthony Edwards. He's special.
To the right side. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Prince.
Timberwolves foul. Torian Prince. First personal foul.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Soft touch off the glass. Alexander Walker's got his first points in this one.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
Here's Highland. Pass to Plumlee. An easy 2 on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 9.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
And it's Alexander Walker penetrating. No good that time. The Clippers have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Plumlee finds Gordon. Tipped away. It's picked off. Plumlee with it. Picked up by Reed. Powell right side. No good on the shot. For Minnesota, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
Down low. Here's Prince. And he goes in for the dunk.
Prince can really elevate now. He plays much bigger than 6'7", and we just saw an example of that there.
Pass to Gordon. Now Plumlee. Powell in the post. Prince is there. They get it back. Goes back up. Oh, and Reed with a block. Now here's Anderson. Back to Noel. From the right block. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Clippers in the lead. Pass to Highland. Out to Covington. Now Plumlee. Reed defending. Plumlee, no good. Minnesota shooting the ball at 48% so far. Here's Alexander Walker. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Gordon with a steal. Pass to Highland. Throws it up high. Oh, and a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Here's the break. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I like what I saw on both ends that time. Hustling on defense to create some offense.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Highland. It's Powell on the wing. There's the drive, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
First team foul. At the line for the Clippers, Norman Powell taking 2 shots.
And he makes a first. He's off on the second. Pass to Towns. It's McDaniels on the wing. Here's Gobert. Counted. Gobert's got 6.
Incredible balance on that take. You've got to respect watching Gobert muscle his way through.
The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers ahead, up by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Towns and Gobert, the towering big men at the 4 and the 5. Filling in the wings, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Noel in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. To the paint. Powell outside. Back to Zubats. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up on the wing. Batum's shot is off. Minnesota's gone 3 of 4 from distance in this game. Gobert passes to McDaniels. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Conley's checked in for Noel. Here's Towns. Oh, it misses. Had a chance to tie it. It's George on the wing. Guarded by Edwards. And they'll keep possession.
A rangy defender with great defensive timing. I mean, why do you think they call Gobert the Stifle Tower?
And the Clippers miss again. The Timberwolves trail. And here's Edwards outside. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Tyronn Lue address the team. He told them, we've got to protect the rim with everything we've got. If we cut down on their easy looks inside, we've got them. It might mean more room for their perimeter shooters, but that's a trade-off he's willing to risk. All right, back to you guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. The kick out to Conley. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
Towns showing you his unselfishness there, willing to give up the rock if his teammate has something a little better.
Here's man, guarded by Edwards, and the ball out of play. Timberwolves will have it. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Outside Conley. And Edwards, here we go. Oh, and he got fouled. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart.
The previous play is under
2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
First one falls for him.
Hey, like a lot of guys, Edwards rides momentum as a player. When his confidence is soaring, so is his activity level.
Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the 4th quarter. And George with the jam.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Oh, George with a steal. In transition, here come the Clippers. And the jam by George. Coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
And that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
Conley goes in. Outside McDaniels. Back to Conley. Pass to Gobert. McDaniels against Leonard. It's George on the wing. Back to Leonard. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. And now a 3-point Clipper lead. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
And, you know, they've been stupendous challenging shots and protecting the rim. Their block numbers really reinforce what we've seen from them in terms of rim protection.
Here's man. Pass to George. Back to man. Another shot. Batum outside. Here's Leonard. Batum with a screen on McDaniels. Leonard for 3. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
3 points.
Oh, man, what a bucket by Leonard. His team counts on him when time is short because he can handle the pressure.
Conley passes to Towns. Here's Gobert. Oh, and just miss after miss right now. George against Edwards. And here's George. Shot clock at 5. 3-pointer. And Conley grabs the miss. Now here's Towns. He's closely guarded. Here's Edwards. And Edwards it in.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
So it's the Clippers taking the W in a close one. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Allie.
A well-dressed group of Timberwolves as they made their way to the locker room. They love playing in front of their raucous home crowd. It'll be the Suns off the tip. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Ayton is out there with Durant, and it's Okogie in at the small forward. Now here's Durant. 6 to shoot. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And Greg, something to keep an eye on in this one, the big man. Both these teams have talented front courts.
You're exactly right. Both rely on their bigs, and the winner of the game is probably going to be the team that wins that front court matchup.
And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. Edwards inside. He's guarded by Booker. Good D by Booker. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. He said the primary concern is to prevent those easy three-point looks from outside. He said closing out hard on the shooters is going to be the key. If they don't bother the shooters, he said, it's going to be a very long 4 quarters. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Devising a strategy to take away that three-point shot. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Edwards finds Conley. Now here's Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And Kevin, you could tell it meant a lot to the players. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, this is a step in the right direction.
Here's Gobert. Some solid defense from Ayton.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Durant sets a screen for Booker. Pass to Durant. Shot clock at 6. Driving to the basket. Misses from close range. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Uses the glass to finish the layup. It's all knotted up.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first, and it's Paul missing. There's McDaniels. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Second team foul.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
And he sinks the second.
After missing the playoffs for 10 consecutive seasons, boy, the Suns not only got to the postseason in 21, they made it all the way to the finals. So what a turnaround for that franchise.
Now here's Booker. To the middle. Here's KD. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Durant's got his second basket.
Good assertive play from KD, refusing to be denied on the interior.
Sweet move and slam dunk by Gobert.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. It's been quite a turnaround, hasn't it, Brent, for Phoenix? Ever since they acquired Chris Paul in that trade from Oklahoma City, they've been a different team.
Yeah, and I don't think you can really give enough credit to what it is that Chris Paul has brought, along with the combination and relationship that he has with Monty Williams. I mean, that leadership with that young roster and giving those guys belief has elevated the play of everybody who's put on that uniform.
Here is Edwards. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Edwards, it's good.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Now here's Paul. 1:04 left here in the first quarter. Ayton, the pass to Paul. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Gobert with the defensive effort.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Conley finds Edwards. And here's Towns. 5 on the clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on 2 things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
He hits both from the stripe. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Paul with the ball. Over Conley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, it's impossible right now to think about a defender not going for that kind of fake from Chris Paul.
Both free throws good from Paul.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Conley dishes to McDaniels. And he uses the glass on the lane. McDaniels got 7 points. And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 5. And we'll...
Please give a big round of applause for the Bucks.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Heading into the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. 2 big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Paul against Conley. Paul can't get it to go. And so Gobert will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Minnesota.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
Outside Edwards. He kicks to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Brent, do you think shooting has improved over the years, or are there just more good shooters on the floor?
Well, Kevin, if you had a bubble, I'd be bursting it right now. If you look back over the last 10 years, maybe go 20 years, shooting has not changed. Percentages have not changed, both from 2-point land, 3-point land, free throw line. It's not that there are more good shooters in the league. There's just more surprises as to who it is you see taking the shots.
And here is Paul. We're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. And there's the pass to Durant. From deep three-point range, Gobert pulls it in.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Conley kicks to McDaniels. Pass to Gobert. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. A shot by McDaniels, no good.
His touch from mid-range, and that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And the assets traded by the Wolves for Rudy Gobert surprised a lot of people. In essence, 5 first-round picks, 3 of them unprotected. They better hope this thing works out. A lot riding on it.
Here is Edwards, following the basket by Chris Paul. Edwards kicks to McDaniels.
Blocking foul on.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable.
At the line for Minnesota.
And Conley drops them both.
Still a solid point guard in this league. When Conley is healthy, he makes a considerable impact on both ends.
Here's Paul, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Paul's got 8.
And this is what he does so well, putting the defender back on his heels and being relentless in flying to the basket.
Timeout call, first of the game for Minnesota.
It's time to fire off some T-shirts.
Here is Edwards. 6 points for him. Outside Conley. Back to Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Man, what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Conley against Paul. And he banks in the layup. Paul's got 6 points in the quarter.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Edwards against Booker. Takes the 3. And Anthony Edwards gets the 3. Edwards got the lead up to 11 now for the Timberwolves. Booker against Edwards. Durant with the screen on Edwards. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
A difficult cover here on the pick and roll as Devin Booker's getting more and more experience playing out and making plays.
Man, Devin Booker is a true shooter. A walking bucket, always ready to let it fly.
And the proof is right there in the numbers, Greg. I mean, 2 seasons in a row, he's been top 10 field goal attempts. So he knows how, when, where to get that ball up.
Here's Paul. Following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Basket counts. Paul's got 12.
Yeah, there's a dependability when Chris Paul needs to get the scoring going. He's still capable of doing that.
Conley the pass to Edwards. Rebound by the Suns. KD looking around. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Edwards. Drops in the layup for 2. He's got 15.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Now here's Paul. He's got 12. Booker outside. From deep. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
Tough to guard Devin Booker on a quick pick and roll with his size and speed. He can be very dangerous in these sets.
Conley finds Gobert. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And so Mike Conley nails both of them.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Yeah, every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Paul can't get it to go. 1 second left. And the rejection by Eaton. Thank you, David. And we'll be back.
The Suns, 25. And get ready for the Jabberwockies.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Durant is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Okogie in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, he has good size at his position, and Taurean Prince, even though traffic around him doesn't speed him up. Nice shot there.
And the Suns call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And it's good, 2 points. And now it's a 12-point Minnesota lead.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift-wrapping points.
And the Suns call time here. And Phoenix with a whole new group on the floor. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Booker with the screen for Paul. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. And it's Edwardson for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. No good from Booker. Minnesota leading by 12.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
Stolen. McDaniels with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Gobert finds McDaniels. Here's Noel, defended by Paul. Here's Edwards, and Edwards with the stuff.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Now Edwards. He's got 20. Kicks to Gobert. Noel passes to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pocket 6. Outside Edwards. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Edwards got 23 points.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Now here's Paul. 16 points for him. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Noel. Pass to McDaniels. Edwards dishes to McDaniels. Noel passes to Towns. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And here is Paul. After the three-pointer from Karl Anthony Towns. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The aggressiveness, the intelligence of Durant, able to put it on the floor and draw contact.
At the line for the second.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
And it seemed like throughout this game, right after the jump ball, they've just been feeling it from distance, getting all the looks they want and continuing to take advantage of that three-point line.
Noel, no good. Suns trail by 19. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kicks it out to Paul. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Noel. The feed to Edwards. No good with the layup. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters.
Make some noise.
And Phoenix has possession, trailing by 19. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Conley in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Minnesota's gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. And Gobert kicks to McDaniel. Edwards against Booker. 6 on the shot clock. And Edwards with the stop.
Flying high. Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
Now here's Paul. Top of the key, Booker. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Conley. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And another three for Minnesota.
And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown and stretching that defense.
Now here's Paul. Okogie for 3. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And that's just too easy for Towns. You allow him to get that deep in the paint, and he's going to punish you.
Paul outside. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Towns.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And we talk about the playmaking ability of CP3. 3rd all-time in career assists, 2nd all-time in career assist percentage, and he looks far from done.
Now here's Conley. Going inside. Edwards kicks to Towns. The dish to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And no issues at the rim for Gobert. One of the league leaders in flushes. The Frenchman loves to finish above the rim.
Here's Paul. Ayton, the pass to Okogie. On the wing, Booker. Three-pointer. Hits it from three-point range. And great, what separates Paul from the other two guys that have more career assists is that Paul also averaged 18 points a game.
And he scores with efficiency. Really a one-of-a-kind talent. When he finally does decide to hang him up, I think he'd make a great head coach as well.
And here's Towns. After Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep. And Edwards with the stop.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
You got to be able to get some hang time to do that. Paul kicks to Ayton from downtown. And that one is off. And Minnesota now the other way. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth. For three, Edwards. Oh, we got, and so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul.
The previous play is under review.
Sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the image.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
It can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And he nails the third. There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. And here's Booker from the arc. Cranes the three-pointer. Booker's got 9 points in the quarter.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Now, here's McDaniels. 6 to shoot. Conley. Kevin Durant with the rebound. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Suns.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Timberwolves.
As one-sided as it gets today, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Anthony Edwards.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Here's Booker. Michael Conley making his last shot. And Booker kicks to Paul. Passes to Ayton. For the three. Another three for Phoenix.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Here's Conley. Phoenix able to drain the three. Outside Edwards. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Ball passes to Ayton. From past the arc. Off target. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy. Of the NBA live on two. Well, Grant, we've got two savvy veteran teams on the court, so you don't expect a lot of mistakes or sloppy play tonight.
Yeah, definitely a lot of experience on the floor, so teams will play the right way. These guys know exactly what they're doing. If both squads can keep things tight, we could be in for a very competitive game.
So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. The deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt. Josh Okogie is out there with Kevin Durant. And it's Ayton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
KD with the reach to finish anything you throw his way.
On offense, here are the Clippers. Leonard outside. That one doesn't drop. And Phoenix the other way now. Durant with it. Guarded now by George. George with a steal. Leonard outside. Pass to Zubac. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And here's Zubac.
And the growth of KD's game on defense can't go overlooked. He's become a true two-way player.
And the move that really shook up the NBA world. I mean, Kevin Durant asking and receiving a trade out of Brooklyn. Now, with this team, he makes them a title favorite overnight.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
George against Booker. And George with the jam.
Sturdy play from George in the paint, getting by the contact and to his finish.
Outside Paul. Pass to Okogie. Here's Durant. This one for three. Fires in the triple. Durant's got 5.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
The Suns have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. The kick out to Paul. Left side Durant. Driving in. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on even to Zubac.
He covers so much ground with every stride. Hard to get into position against KD.
And he makes both free throws.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
George against Booker. Nice shot by George.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Outside Booker. Pass to Aiden. Outside for Booker. Clock at 6. Phoenix no good that time either.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Terrence Mann, first personal foul. Second team foul.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Durant against Morris. It's Durant with a drive. It's rebounded by Morris. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And Durant gets it to go.
Wonderful find by Paul. This offense relies on him to make those kind of plays.
Booker against George. A minute and a half left in the opening quarter. The Suns clear it.
Yeah, back in the day when I was playing, the Clippers were always an easy win. Now, LA is consistently a playoff team. Boy, oh boy, how times have changed.
Now here's Ayton. Count it. Good.
Yeah, when you let Ayton get the ball close, it's over. DeAndre is just too skilled.
The Clippers call timeout.
All right, fans, let's hear it for your Clippers.
The Clippers trail. And your last year in the league, the 12-13 season, you played for the Clippers.
Yes, I did, and a great team at that. Blake Griffin, CP3, all in their primes. We won the division for the first time in Clippers history. Team record 56 wins. That year was big in the turnaround for LA.
Booker, the pass to Paul. 43 seconds left now in the first quarter. Pulls it in from the elbow. And good, as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
That free throw good from Booker. The Suns have gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. 2-second difference between shot and game clock.
LA foul. Terrence Mann. Second personal foul.
That's good from Paul.
An experienced veteran in this league, Chris Paul offers valuable insight both on and off the floor.
And for Los Angeles, they're shooting just 25% from the field in the first quarter. Here's George, drives to the hoop, and George with the jam.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. To the inside, and it's slammed in by Durant.
What a way to begin this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Clippers
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Suns pretty much in control here.
I'll tell you what, throughout the first, they did a great job.
Oh, hammer it home!
Ooh, that hurt. Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Well, a late second-round pick in 2019 out of Florida State, Terrence Mann has proven to be a steal, and he's going to be in this league for a long, long time.
Ayton, a screen on George. Booker for three. Knocks down the triple. Booker's got 6.
A legit sniper from downtown. Booker rises up with such ease from beyond the arc.
Oh, and the dunk by George!
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. Paul drops in the layup for 2. 6 points for him. And for Mann, proving he belongs earned him a 2-year, $22 million contract extension.
And B.A., I love his game. An efficient scorer and good decision maker who doesn't try to do too much. He just makes it easy for coach to trust him with bigger minutes. He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Pass to Okogie. Ooh, solid D from Leonard. The Clippers have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second, and so they foul intentionally.
Devin Booker, second personal foul. First team foul.
Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. He shoots. And again, it's the Clippers converting.
You see the focus from Kawhi. When he's deep inside, he's locked in on scoring.
Outside Paul. Pass to Durant. Six on the shot clock. Over Morris. And that one hits the back iron.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And when you're trying to slow down a top scorer, often the game plan is to get physical. Grant, you would know better than anybody. What's it like in the trenches here?
Well, B.A., it's interesting. I mean, it can wear on you. It's a mental challenge. When you're in the trenches trying to slow down a great offensive player, it really becomes a battle of wills. You have to stay focused. You have to be disciplined. And most importantly, you just cannot take a play off and allow a great player to get going.
Moving so fast toward the rim, KD rips through the lane with a lot of tenacity.
Here's George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 9 points now in the quarter.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Okogie. Here's Paul. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
It's not enough to be in attack mode. You have to know how to attack. Chris Paul finding the soft spot in that defense.
George passes to Leonard. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
You know, that was an excellent play right there, using his strength to power through contact.
And coming into the league, Kawhi Leonard was viewed as a raw prospect, a solid athlete and defender, but someone that needed to work on his jumper.
Outside Paul. uses the glass on the layup. Paul's got 10.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Shot by Leonard, no good. Well, Smitty, there's no question Kawhi has put a lot of hours into developing his jump shot.
And you see the results now. He's become one of the game's elite scorers because of the hard work he put in, even becoming lethal from outside the arc.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Now here's Paul, tightly guarded. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Paul's got 8 here in this quarter.
You have to marvel at Chris Paul's ball handling. He keeps that one on a string.
Now here's Leonard. Defense is right there. Add that to his line. Now 3 for 6.
That's a move you won't see many guys make. Impressive stuff.
Paul with it. He's got 12. Pass to Aiden. And Aiden with the stuff.
Yeah, looking at Aiden using all of his height and reach, slamming it down on a helpless defense.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Out to Leonard. Back to man. And stolen by Paul. Here's the break. Screen by Durant. From the wing. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 14 points for him.
The question is, why is Chris Paul so hot tonight? He recognized the hot hand.
Oh, what a performance by Chris Paul. He's been the story for the Phoenix Suns. He put together 10 points in the quarter. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Paul George has been sensational.
Using all that momentum behind him to finish with power. Gotta love watching him dive toward the rim.
His activity level has made an impact, and he is fearless.
Kicking off the second half, here's Monty Williams 5. Landry Shamet is out there with Terrence Ross. Then there's Darius Baisley. Then it's T.J. Warren. And it's Landale in at the center position. Pass to Westbrook. The rebound by Ross. Well, the Suns shooting 71%. Their offense has looked unstoppable all game long. And now we've got an intentional foul. Timeout called, the Clippers. And the Clippers making a change here. Gordon's checked in.
Russell Westbrook's ranks on the all-time list are incredible. He's in the top 100 for points, rebounds, assists, and steals. And don't forget, he's a triple-double king.
Leonard's checked in for Gordon. Leonard against Paul. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now. And with Westbrook, is there anyone you can see breaking his triple-double record?
Yeah, I think Luka Doncic has a chance. He's already in the top 10 on that list and has a long career ahead of him. I remember thinking no one would break Oscar's record, but Russell did it.
And that one falls for Westbrook.
Some would call Westbrook a stat stuffer, but for him at this stage of his career, it's about trying to win titles.
Pass to Landale. Over Plumlee. Ross with it. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Timeout called. The Suns.
Suns adjust the time. Come on and get loud right now, fans. It's time to cheer on your Clippers spirit.
Highland, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a change for the Suns. Shamet's checked in. The Clippers shooting at around 60% in this one. Very efficient. Here's Westbrook. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Westbrook's got 5.
He thrives in that painted area. Westbrook has a lot of moves and different ways he can hurt you inside.
Here's Shamet. Off the mark there with a three. The Clippers have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. It's deflected. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Outside Warren. Outside Ross. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Suns lead by 12.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Nice shot by Ross.
Ross didn't seem bothered at all by the contact there. Nice finish.
Here's Westbrook. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
At the line for LA, Russell.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Plumlee passes to Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. Out to Powell. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
There's a reason Russell Westbrook ranks among the greatest ever in terms of assists. He excels at getting the ball to his open teammates.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Inside. Pass to Warren.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Paisley.
2 minutes.
Batum pulls it in. And if they're going to make a move, this is a good time to start.
And there's still plenty of time, but they definitely don't want to let this game get too far out of hand.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Norman Powell. That's foul number 2 for him.
Third team foul.
Now a timeout called by Phoenix.
Suns assess the timeout. Who wants a t-shirt?
And it's a completely new group for the Suns. A minute 42 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Paul against Westbrook. Here's Booker, 6 to shoot. He can't hit that time. The Clippers have gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Here's Westbrook. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Now Paul, 16 points for him. A minute 4 left to play in the third. And the bucket is good. Paul's got 18.
As soon as you give him any room whatsoever, he is always looking to attack and make you pay.
And here's Westbrook. 6 points for him. Here's Highland. Nice D from Paul. For Phoenix, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
And he drops the first.
At the line for the Suns, Josh Okogie.
No good on the second free throw. Well, the Clippers shooting just 36% in the third. To the paint. Here's Plumlee. Slam dunk by Plumlee.
Great floor awareness. Powell knows how to find his open teammates.
Now here's Paul. Not a lot of room. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside for Booker. Yes. And it's Paul with the assist that time. 9 points in the game.
It's tough to contain Booker on the catch and shoot because of his smooth, quick release. Impressive.
Here's Westbrook. Pass to Highland. Back to Westbrook. Count it.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
And so it's Phoenix in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Creating plays for others. It's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. Morris and Zubats play together in the front court. And it's man in at the one. That's who's out there for the Clippers. George's shot is off. Phoenix has gone 4 of 6 from three-point range thus far. Outside Paul. The kick to Durant. The three. That one no good. And Los Angeles the other way now. They still have time to make this a game.
But they really need to focus in because they let this game get away from them a little bit.
Yet another one for Paul George. He can pile up points without wasting possessions.
Now here's Paul. He's covered closely. Outside for Booker. From outside the arc. Ayton. Pass to Durant. They shoot again. Offensive board. Outside for Booker. Outside Paul. Goes up again. Yes. And it's Booker with the setup. Paul's got 20.
Good court vision from Booker. He sees a wide open man and gets him the ball for an assist.
It's George with the drive. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
George hits them both.
In my opinion, one of the most talented two-way players of this generation. Paul George has stayed humble throughout his success and has shown that he is willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Up top Booker. George defending. George against Durant. Outside for Booker. From behind the arc. That shot missing. And the Clippers will come the other way. Pass to Zubats. Kicks it to George. That one goes. And that's his 9th made shot in 12 attempts.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Durant, pass to Ayton. Tipped. Here's George. Hauled in by Paul. The Suns have got 2 of 8 shots to drop in the final quarter. And Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Durant. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Defense going at Kevin Durant, so he gets physical right back, ensuring he draws a foul while shooting.
Both shots good from the strike.
To have a big who's great at the line, such a plus.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. George against Booker. Ooh, Ayton with the block.
Yeah, Ayton has all the physical gifts of a great shot blocker. Size, length, and agility.
Putting consistent pressure on this defense. Just the threat of him out there makes this offense work.
George passes to Morris. Leonard for 3. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. Morris against Durant. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Paul for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now. George against Booker. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Time for the fans now to celebrate a win for the Suns.
They made the most of the extra rebounds tonight. Helped them out a lot.
Yeah, when you look at these teams, they're both great rebounding clubs. And any night, either one could have the advantage on the boards.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Chris Paul.
Active hands tonight. He may have gambled a bit, but sometimes you have to take chances to make plays. And he did that tonight.
And you know what? We'll give them some credit for battling today, but this one is just about over.
And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
And it didn't take long for Phoenix to match the offer sheet Ayton signed with the Indiana Pacers. Now, there was talk they might let Ayton walk after that fallout during their playoff exit. But Phoenix knew they needed to keep Ayton to remain a contender.
And when Ayton isn't playing basketball, either the live or video game version, he's often drawing.
Yeah, I mean, he grew up wanting to be an architect. I actually hear that he loves blueprints. But probably his most famous sketch, himself dunking on Joel Embiid his rookie year.
The vertical of Kawhi is impressive, rising up with ease and throwing it down.
Here's Booker. Pass to Okogie. Now Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up from the high post. That one a little long. Here's Morris. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
I thought for sure the defense was going to send that one back, but he somehow got that one up over the D and in.
So no problem for Phoenix.
so the Timberwolves win the tip. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Conley in at the point guard. McDaniels dishes to Conley. 5 to shoot. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
That's a case where Rudy Gobert is outworking the defense, keeping the play alive, and finishing strong.
Leonard inside, working on McDaniels. Man can't hit. Doors of an opportunity knocked in the 2021 playoffs. Terrence Mann was ready to go.
He was, Kevin, and that's not the first time this has happened where an injured teammate meant the team looked to him a little bit more, and he did not waste his opportunity. He scored with a ton of enthusiasm, has a very impressive motor.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in.
Let's get loud right now for your...
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game. Outside for George. Sinks the triple.
Well, when you have a scorer like Paul George, it doesn't matter where it comes from. In that instance, hey, just catch and shoot.
Edwards looking it over. Here's the three. The shot, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's George driving inside. And then George with the jam.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Conley kicks to Towns. Batum grabs the miss.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Edwards driving in, and Edwards with the stuff.
Boy, the quickness off the dribble drive by Anthony Edwards. Being able to put it on the deck, so important.
Outside, George. Good opportunity, puts it up. That one a 10 offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here is Conley, guarded closely. From down in the low post, it goes.
Well, if you give Mike Conley any kind of position on the interior, he is just crafty enough to finish it.
Nobody near Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers from deep. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Conley's shot is off. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Guys, you have to remember when thinking and talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's an organization that is still so young.
McDaniels passes to Conley. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter of the game. And here's Edwards from the arc.
Well, that's the wingspan of Paul George. He is so good at bothering shooters with that length.
And Batum kicks to George. Back to Batum. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
You know, basketball historians will remember that the Minneapolis Lakers, Doris, won 5 titles before relocating to Los Angeles in 1960.
And I think the current crop of T-Wolves fans, Kevin, see this as a completely different franchise from that historic team. In their minds, they haven't won a championship yet, and that fact should really motivate this current roster to get one for this group.
Stolen by McDaniels, and now the Timberwolves on the break. And Edwards with the stuff.
Anthony Edwards showing you, yes, I am a vertical threat at the rim.
And here's George. 7 points in the game. A crossover. Passes it to Mann. George against Edwards. And George with this stuff.
That's a play that's all about positioning, and Paul George has the elevation to make it easy.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. McDaniels finds Edwards. Shot clock at 6. Back to McDaniel. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Left side, George. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles.
Please give a big round of applause for your
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Two big men inside, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Conley in at the point. Here's Towns. And Karl Anthony Towns said he believes that he is the greatest big man shooter of all time. What do you think?
Well, Kev, I think a guy by the name of Dirk Nowitzki might have a thing or two to say about it, but I love Karl Anthony Towns' attitude. You have got to believe in your skills if you're going to have the kind of success that Cat has had in this league, and we know he is lethal from deep.
George passes to Leonard. Back to George. Plays it up and banks it in. George has got 11 points.
Well, that's about strength from Paul George. You touch the paint, he will finish.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter play. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the... And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted
the previous play is under
a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the...
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
How hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Rudy Gobert. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Leonard, that's for 2. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And evaluating defenders goes well beyond blocks and steals. So, Doris, when you're doing a game, what are some of the things that you look for and that teams are looking for?
Activity, attention to detail, deflections. Is the person switchable? Can they guard the elite wing scorers? In addition to size and length, do they have lateral quickness? So many things go into quality defense.
Pass to Zubac. Down low. Leonard, no luck. Timberwolves trail by 5. Towns down low, defended by Batum. Conley kicks to Towns. He feeds it to Gobert. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And one of the biggest stories of the summer was Rudy Gobert being traded. Gets a fresh start with the Timberwolves.
Rudy Gobert is one of the game's dominant big men. He understands how to use his length and his size defensively, and he's figured out how to fit in. This guy is an outstanding screener offensively.
Batum finds George. Back to Batum. Shoots over Towns. A shot by Batum, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. To the inside. Batum with the steal. George passes to Zubac. Outside for Batum.
2 minutes remain in the first half.
Back to George. Takes it inside. And then jammed down as it goes right over Anthony Edwards.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
Summer of 2014, Doris. Paul George suffering a leg injury playing for the national team.
Kevin, I remember that injury like it was yesterday. There were many, including me, who wondered whether Paul George could ever be the same guy. And amazingly, he puts in all the necessary work, and I think has come back better. That is a huge credit to his work ethic and his grit.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
A 3 from Leonard, nailed from three-point land. And it's a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
Boy, the range of Kawhi's shooting just keeps getting deeper and deeper. He really stretches you out.
McDaniels finds Towns. Outside Edwards. Here's Gobert, and finished off by Gobert.
Wow, why lay it in when you can send an emphatic message? Rudy Gobert on the dunk.
Here's Mann. No points in the game yet for him. Leonard draws the double. Here's Zubac. Takes it out to Leonard. Shoots over McDaniel. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the paint, Edwards. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And now just a 5-point Clipper lead.
Well, this is where Cat can manufacture additional points for his team. Defense focused and locked in on him. Find a teammate.
Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
All the officials are all over that.
The Clippers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Plumlee, he's checked in for Zubac. Norman Powell comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Terrence Mann.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that simply stated a terrific play.
And here's George for 3. No good on the shot. And some good action to the first. All right, David, thank you.
Your Clippers, 27. The Timberwolves, 22.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
So with George on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. They got Powell. Robert Covington out there with Plumlee. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Gordon in at the shooting guard position. Timberwolves trail by 5. Noel passes to Prince. Reed with it. And that one is stuffed right through.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Westbrook drives in and finished off by Westbrook.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And since 1999, the Clippers and the Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena. The only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon.
outside Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Now the superb athleticism of Russell Westbrook on full display. The vertical out of this world.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. The Clippers broke ground on their new arena, set to open in Inglewood in 2024. I've seen the footprint. You fly right into LAX, and you see it every time. It's going to be beautiful.
And that'll be huge for the Clips. They're trying to create their own identity in Southern California. Having a venue just for the Clippers will help.
Anderson with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. And here's Prince outside. Clippers leading by 6. Westbrook passes to Covington and stolen by Prince. Now here's Reed. He's covered by Westbrook and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
LA has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Gordon deciding where to go with it. No good on the 3. Timberwolves trail by 6. Reed finds Prince. Now here's Anderson. Inside. Here's Reed. Plumlee with some nice D. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Into the lane. Noel passes to Anderson. Here's Noel. Prince outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. Shoots over Powell. Gets a hand on it. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Reeves got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's Westbrook. There's the pass to Powell. Fires the 3. Up top, Covington. He's covered by Anderson. Stolen by Reed. Gordon against Prince. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And stolen by Prince. To the middle. Here's Reed. No good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. 52 seconds left to play here in the third. Powell, no one around him. No good from outside.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Alexander Walker. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Plumlee's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Covington. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Wow, pretty pass from Powell. This guy has great instincts as a scorer. That time sets up his teammate.
Here's Noel. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Now here's Westbrook. He tries for 3. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
The shot, no good. The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Sliding into the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. 2 big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point. George against Edwards. Yep, that one goes.
Oh, George playing through the contact right there. You like somebody who's willing to navigate traffic.
Now here's Conley. Defense right on him. Towns kicks to Edwards. Back to Towns. Shoots. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
If Karl Anthony Towns carves space and is in the painted area, it's going to go in the basket. He's that good.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks.
Well, let's remember, Rudy Gobert has got a 7'9" wingspan. Sometimes it's just easy picking sending it back.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And there's Gobert putting it right back in. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swing.
Outside, Batum. Stolen by Conley. Edwards finds Conley. Out to Edwards. And George gets the whistle that time.
Paul George.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Passes it to McDaniels. Now the dish to Edwards. 4 on the shot clock. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Mann passes to Batum. Here's Mann, defended by Towns. Mann gets the bucket. Mann's got his first points of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Conley feeling it out. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Outside for George. On deep. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Towns. Got a piece of it.
That 7-foot wingspan and the versatility of Nick Batum send it back.
Right side, Leonard. Batum sets a screen for Leonard. Outside for George. That ball. Nice feed that time from Leonard. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
Yeah, and such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Being the #1 overall pick always comes with expectations to deliver in the clutch. Standing at the free throw line in just such a moment, Mr. Anthony Edwards, what you got? You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Outside for Batum. George looking over the floor. Over Edwards. Another one falls to the Clippers.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
Outside, Towns. Got it. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
George.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Outside Conley. Outside Edwards. Paul George with the steal. There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Takes the turnaround J, and they recover it. And they commit an intentional foul. See another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those three.
Minnesota calls timeout. They trail by 5. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
Some call them wins and lessons. Coach not wasting any time making his point.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. To the
start.
Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche Le and we got a game. It's sure to be a crowd pleaser, Greg. Two high-octane offenses going head-to-head.
And it's not just run and gun. Each team has a very well-refined attack. And this kind of matchup comes down to which side can maintain their energy through all four quarters.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Conley in at the point. We've seen the Suns get back to being one of the league's elite passing teams, RJ.
That was the trademark of the Steve Nash era. And look, they've returned to a brand of team-first basketball. It's allowed them to join the ranks of some of the top teams in this league.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
And finished off by Edwards.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Ball against Conley to the right side. Okogie, the pass to Paul. Booker outside. Clock at 6. He takes it in, and the dunk by Booker.
I like how sudden Booker can be on the drive, charging into a gap before the defense sees it's there.
Ball against Conley. Rebound by the Suns. And Hall of Famer David Aldridge spoke with Chris Finch. David?
Thanks, Kevin. He told me that doing a good job defending the perimeter would get everything else going. He said, if we can get them off their spots and make them do things they're not used to, we'll have a very good chance. We'll see if they can execute that strategy, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Devising a strategy to take away that three-point shot. And it's Ayton missing.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Out to Conley, a 3-ball. He doesn't hit that one. The Suns go the other way with it. High, arcing shot. The shot by Paul. No good. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Conley dishes to Edwards. Out to the right wing. Towns with it, guarded now by Durant. And the dunk by Towns.
And that's just too easy for Towns. You allow him to get that deep in the paint, and he's going to punish you.
Here's Paul. Booker outside. Kicks it out to Paul. KD, a screen on Conley. The shot's good from Paul.
Good luck at trying to match up with Paul in these sets. He's just so good. It's nearly impossible trying to stop him from breaking your defense apart.
Gobert, the pass to Conley. Gobert dishes to Edwards. Drills the three-pointer. Edwards got 5 now.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Paul with the ball. Conley picks him up. Booker passes it to Okogie. Lets the 3 fly. Hit the tip. And Booker able to finish.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now here's Conley. The kick out to Towns. Offline with his 3. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And KD, here we go. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. The Suns have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
A near 7-footer. KD shooting almost 90% from the line for his career. That's a rare combination.
Conley with a wide open look. A three-pointer is right on target.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
Ball passes to Booker. Ball against Conley. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist from Booker. Paul's got his second basket of the game. Conley scanning the floor. Stolen away. Here's Paul, and he lays it straight in. He has 6.
See, I like it when Paul attacks the hoop, when he looks for his.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul.
Chris Paul.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
We've got 33 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Edwards. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Hit his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Here's Booker. To the paint. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Unsurprisingly savvy pass by Booker, setting another guy up for success instead of forcing a shot.
Suns foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
At the line for the Timberwolves.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them.
Still a solid point guard in this league. When Conley is healthy, he makes a considerable impact on both ends.
Paul outside. Bobbed up there for Durant. Towns with the steal. And here's Edwards from the arc. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Oh, we've seen some great shots.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Suns Youth Dance Team.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Suns. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Andre Ayton out there with Durant, and it's Okogie in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Towns finds Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. And Edwards with the stop.
An agile move off the contact by Edwards, getting to his shot despite the difficult defense.
And here is Paul. He has 6. And the pass to Booker. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 6 points for Devin Booker.
Few create shots as easily as Paul does for his teammates. He is just a great setup guy.
Edwards kicks to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Paul. Outside, KD. Here's Ayton. Outside Durant. Pass to Booker. Another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Anthony Edwards.
First team foul.
And no fear from this young man. Booker will take any shot.
And looking back to Devin Booker in that 2015 draft, this guy went 13th overall.
What a steal. Plus, Book was the 4th guy taken from his own college. I think that put a giant chip on his shoulder, fueled Devin to the all-star he is today.
McDaniels kicks to Edwards. Here we go. And finished off by Edwards.
And once Edwards gets a step on you, it's likely going to be a bucket or a foul or both.
Now here's Booker. 8 points for him. Down low. And then Durant with the jam.
that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they? Conley finds Edwards. No good on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. 4-point game. The dish to McDaniels. Outside Edwards. It's hauled in by the Suns. Booker's got his 4th rebound in this one. Paul kicks to Durant. And a little luck that time, but it drops. KD's got the lead up to 6 now for the Suns.
No hesitation from the swing man. Durant has such confidence shooting off the catch. Tremendous.
Towns down low. Durant's there. Just 5 to shoot. Not going to go that time. Suns leading by 6. Durant in the corner. Good. A nice assist from Booker. KD's got 7 now in this quarter. Hey, Richard, last season, Spurs coach Greg Popovich moved into first all-time in career coaching wins. And you played for him. You know him well. Any memories or thoughts about playing for Popovich?
First, let me say congratulations to Greg Popovich, because he is the type of coach and person you want to be the face of this league. You want him to be the face of the coaching ranks, because he is so humble, he is so demanding, and you know what? He knows how to host a pretty good meal, too.
And you were a part of many of those, correct?
Oh, yeah, a lot of those meals. And look, we'll talk about the coaching a little later, but he knows how to do a really good meal.
Here's Towns following the basket by Chris Paul, and he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Can they get it? And Edwards with the stop.
Flying high. Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
50 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Booker finds Paul. No one near him. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Conley the pass to Edwards. Outside, Towns. There's the triple. A putback kept alive. Back to Edwards. Edwards with another miss.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Kicks it out to Booker. Lobbed up there for Durant. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop. And the Suns lead by 13.
Capable of scoring from any area. Love when Durant.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great.
Your Suns, 33. The Timberwolves, 20.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did coach have some new ideas for them?
So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Kyle Anderson. He's out there with Green. And it's Alexander Walker in at the shooting guard position.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
So it's the Timberwolves now. The Suns getting the bucket. Here's Prince. A beautiful reverse layup.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now, here's Shamet. Ross on the wing. Rise to the hoop. Here's Landale. Now, here's Shamet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Noel passes to Anderson and finished off by Anderson.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Shamet. Pass to Basil from outside the arc. Trains it from beyond the arc. And the Suns lead by 14.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
And here's Prince outside. It's hauled in by the Suns. And stolen by Prince. Fast break, Minnesota. Noel passes to Alexander Walker. Prince wide open. Doesn't go that time. The Suns go the other way with it. Outside Warren. Kicks it to Ross. From deep. It's hauled in by Noel. Timberwolves trail by 14. Alexander Walker passes to Prince. And he makes good on the layup.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Now Shamet. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The kick out to Warren. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Love the confidence from Warren on the catch and shoot. Coaches don't want to see their players hesitate.
Prince outside. Here's Noel. He's covered by Shamet. From deep, Prince. Another miss by Prince. Phoenix leading by 15. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And there it is for him.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
The Suns have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Shamet with it. Passes to Baisley. Here's Warren. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Strong take by Warren. Outstanding foul shooter as well. Not a forward you want to put on the charity stripe.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Here's Alexander Walker. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. Booker's got his 5th rebound in this one. Warren kicks to Booker. KD a screen. Back to Booker. 5 on the clock. From the arc. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Prince outside. Reed with it. Now guarded by Ayton. And here's Prince outside. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And here is Paul. He's got 10. He kicks it to KD. That one goes in. KD's got 15 points.
And that's tough right there. Love when Durant goes up with purpose and finishes over contact.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome.
And please give a big round of applause.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Durant is out there with Ayton. And it's Okogie in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Here's Conley following the score by Phoenix. Edwards finds Towns. Back to Edwards. Fires the three. Shot by McDaniels, no good. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Phoenix Suns. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen. Booker outside. Back to Paul. Ayton trying to break free. The shot by Paul, no good. And here are the Timberwolves. Here's Towns. Plays it up off the glass.
And one of the offensive forces in the league. When Towns wants to score, it is really hard to keep him from his spots.
Now here's Paul. There's the pass to Booker. Back to Paul. 6 to shoot. From 18 feet away. Rebound, Minnesota.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And just using that experience, Conley adept at drawing contact and getting to the line.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Booker against Edwards. Booker outside. Pass to Okogie. Out to KD. Buries it from three-point range. Durant's got 5 points now this quarter.
So fluid pulling out to shoot. Durant's range is one of the biggest strengths of his game.
Edwards dishes to McDaniels. Outside Conley. The kick out to Towns. And he converts the layup.
And this is what you like to see. Big Cat using that size to his advantage.
Suns leading by 17. Now here's Paul. Over Conley. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Towns with it, guarded now by Durant. Oh, he misses the dunk. The Suns have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Fades and shoots. The shot, no good. Timberwolves trail by 17. Conley finds Gobert. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter, and the layup's good off the glass.
And using his insane wingspan and athletic frame, Gobert can flat out dominate down low.
Pass to Okogie, stolen by McDaniels. Right side, Conley. Dishes to McDaniels. There's 1:26 left in the fourth. Here's Edwards. Second shot opportunity, and the shot goes down.
Anthony Edwards.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Now here's Booker. He dishes it to Paul. Booker looking around. Shot off, and Minnesota now the other way.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Suns.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Kevin Durant.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The drive by Booker.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Pass to Towns. Outside Edwards. Shoots from the elbow. Can't connect. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were... to the best kid.
They've got a lot of firepower coming off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of talent on display for both sides. And that depth makes each team more unpredictable on offense. Both sides have a number of guys who can step up on any given night.
So the opening lineup here for the Clippers. Leonard and Batum, the duo at forward. Paul George out there with Terrence Mann. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Here's Mann. Down low. George against Booker. Clock at 6. George, no good. Left side, Paul. It's rebounded by Zubac.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
George. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And the standout skill of Paul George is the fact that on both ends of the court, he's going to affect the outcome of the game.
And George is the kind of versatile player that every team is looking for, Brett.
FBA, with all of that experience, he's able to switch on so many different guys, and he understands what it is they're trying to do. And then on the offensive end, he just scores in a myriad of ways. He's hitting threes, he's driving, he's dunking, he's making plays. PG, the complete package.
Now here's Leonard. Pass to Mann. George with it. Launches a 3. He buries it from 3. George has got 6.
Man, that one looked good all the way. Paul George from deep range.
Here's Booker. Durant with a screen on George. Outside Durant. Count it.
KD took some time there, measured up the situation, and knew when to get his shot off.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. It's George on the wing. And George with the jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Now here's Paul. Outside Booker. Back to Paul. Outside for Booker. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Aiden's so big inside, he turns a miss into an opportunity.
Here's Mann. Leonard for 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Ball finds Durant. Let's go with a 3. Nails it from 3. Durant's got his second basket of the game.
And just from deep range, KD can bury you.
The last couple of seasons, the Clippers have shot the lights out from deep, Brett.
Oh, man, they've been unbelievable. Over 41% back in that 21 season. That led the NBA. So they got a nice collection of shooters on this Clippers team, and it helps that you have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard play to create great shooting opportunities. So lots of guys that can hurt you from deep.
Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Yeah, Chris Paul is not afraid of getting hit, whether it's him initiating it or anticipating it. Plays through that contact well. But what do you say about CP3 other than this guy is an all-timer? When you think about guys down the stretch who you have run your offense, CP3 has to be mentioned up there.
Here's Leonard. Up top, George. Pass to Batum to stop the run. And again, it's the Clippers missing. As for CP, seems irreplaceable with each team he's been on.
He does so much for a team in terms of just keeping accountability from the coach's voice to his. Not only does he perform at the highest level on the floor, there's a lot of things that CP3 brings off the floor that really help teach guys what being a pro is all about.
Now here's Paul. He's got 6. Pass to Durant. And it's slammed in by Durant.
And Durant still has that flush, just an easy deuce for him.
And here's Batum. George outside. Leonard left side. The three ball. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game. To the middle. And it's slammed in by Durant.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for the Suns. Hunting for opportunity.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Suns youth dance team.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
So here are the 5 for the Clippers to start the second. The two-way threats of George and Leonard are the wing pair. It's Batum at the power forward with Zubac at center. And it's Man in at the point. George with it, and it's Paul picking him up. Knocks it loose. Batum outside, launches it. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game. The Suns leading. Ayton passes to Durant. Ayton, a screen on Batum. Offensive rebound. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
The big guy going up and trying to rip that rim off.
George against Booker. It's George with the drive. And the jam by George.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. We're about a minute and a half into this second quarter. Outside Paul. George against Booker. From deep. Batum pulls it in. Los Angeles shooting just 42% so far in the game. In transition, here come the Suns. Here's Okogie. Gets the 3 to fall. Okogie's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
Pass to George. Leonard outside. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the long J. Well, Brent, the relationship between players and refs can sometimes seem a little hostile. Does it need to be that way?
Well, you and me have our little tips, don't we, Brian? So, yes, in order for us to do our best work. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't have to be that way. But, look, when you're at this level of competition, it's heated, it's intense. Sometimes get outside your gourd a little bit. And that's when instances like this can happen between a player and a referee. And that goes for both sides. You think about the growth of Kawhi Leonard's game, where in the first few seasons had very few assists as a playmaker, and now it's a key part of his game.
Durant way outside. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Leonard for 3. Oh, and another 3 for the Clippers.
Well, Kawhi has really perfected that stroke, and he did not come into the league with that kind of skill or that kind of threat from the three-point line.
Paul with the bucket. Paul's got 8 points.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
After a tough decade for the Suns between 2010 and 2020, they are once again a team to be reckoned with in the NBA, Brent.
Oh, man, the cachet of talent that this roster has is tremendous. And this team really came together in a hurry. And they're going to be a force for the next few years to come. Not at all a bad passer for a center. Ayton with the feet.
Now Leonard. Pass to Zubac. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. One minute left in the second period. Leonard outside. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Ayton. And again, it's the Clippers converting.
And herein lies the problem with trying to defend Leonard. His versatility. You take one thing away, he hurts you with another.
There's 48 seconds left in the second. Now here's Paul. Give him 8. Right side Durant. And there's the screen. Over Leonard. Durant, no good. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage.
Second personal foul. First team.
That's good from George.
Now, Paul George, really a true two-way player in the NBA. Gives you so much on both ends, so you get all-star value offensively and defensively.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Mann. Oh, it's no good. That would have tied it. Here's Durant. There's the drive. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It goes on Nick Batum.
The aggressiveness, the intelligence of Durant, able to put it on the floor and draw contact. You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Zubac. And the first half comes to a conclusion.
Your Suns, 28. The Clippers, 24.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Paul George has been sensational.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
They've got Landry Shamet. Darius Baisley is out there with T.J. Warren. Then it's Terrence Ross, and it's Landale in at center. And that's the group for Monty Williams as we begin the second half. Here's Baisley, covered by Covington. Fires for 3. Out of bounds. It'll be the Clippers' ball.
LA ball.
The Clippers trail. Westbrook outside. That shot, no good. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to Ross. Baisley. It's Shamet on the wing.
Phoenix foul. Darius Baisley. First personal foul.
Gordon, no good on the free throw.
At the line for the Clippers, Eric Gordon. 1 shot.
Los Angeles has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Powell outside. Outside Warren. Pass to Shamet. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Baisley. Into the lane. Covington grabs the board.
Well, still a few years out, but the Clippers have to be excited about moving into their own arena in 2024. So much innovation has gone into the design of the building, and it just looks incredible.
Out to Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. It's Covington on the wing. Puts it up. No good off the back of the rim. Amen. And the Clippers felt they needed to build their own arena to establish some identity.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That they could be their own franchise away from the shared building with the Lakers. And for so long in LA, they've been treated as sort of the second-rate team, and that just shouldn't happen. So having their own arena, that's moving them well into the right direction.
Ross against Gordon. Pass to Shaman. Back to Ross. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Man, such a heartbreak last year as the Phoenix Suns had the opportunity to return to the finals, and it just felt like they were destined to get back there. It was their most wins in the season in franchise history, and it just didn't play out that way.
Outside Covington. Westbrook outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Here's Shaman. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Westbrook outside. Crosses over. It's hauled in by Landale. The Suns' regular season dominance last year speaks to this team's strength.
Oh, yeah, they are so tight between the connection of the coaching staff and the point guard and CP3. These guys have talent. They've been through the ups and downs. They know what it takes to get to the top of the mountain. Make no mistake, this Phoenix team is playing to win.
And it's Warren missing.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
That free throw good from Gordon. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And the Clippers miss again.
He just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Here's Shaman. The Clippers grab the miss. Westbrook outside. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
He just has physical tools to make you go in there and foul him. Westbrook back to the line.
And the Suns going with a whole new group out there. And so Westbrook nails both of them. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Paul with it. Give him 8. A good-looking shot from the wing. Paul's got 10.
That's so good off the bounce on that smooth release, establishing that rhythm. That is a good-looking J.
And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line. First free throw is good. And the Clippers will go for a different look here. Zubac, he's checked in for Plumlee. Batum comes in for Covington. Leonard's checked in for Powell. And it's Paul George in for Gordon. Booker against George. Outside Booker. From outside the arc. Knocks it down from distance. And the Suns lead by 5.
Tough to guard Devin Booker on the quick pick and roll with his size and speed. He can be very dangerous in these sets.
Here's Westbrook. No good there. Ayton with the defensive effort. Booker fires from way outside. Oh, got it off in time, but it's no good. And that'll do it for the third quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the floor for the Clippers, Leonard and Batum, the duo at forward. Terrence Mann is out there with Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5. Booker. And it's Booker again missing. Los Angeles has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. George finds Zubac. Lays it up and banks it in.
Smart play from PG. Just sees a man with a better shot and gets him the rock.
And here's Paul. Outside Booker. Here's Mann. Pass to Zubac. Tipped. Here we go. All alone. Paul with the bucket. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Suns.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Back to Booker. Durant with a screen on George. 6 on the shot clock. And Durant with the big finish.
Well, we've all seen it. The mobility, the wingspan of Durant. Seriously, how are you going to stop him on an alley-oop?
Leonard outside. Fires from deep. Counted from distance.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
The Suns have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. George against Booker. Out left to the wing. Outside Paul. This one for 3. The shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. Batum outside to take the lead. The Suns clear it. Ayton's got 9 rebounds now. The Suns leading. Outside Paul. It's Booker on the wing. Up top, Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
How about a pivotal hoop from DeAndre Ayton?
The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. George against Booker. Zubac with a screen on Booker. Here's George. Leonard on the wing. The 3 ball. He drops it from range. Leonard's got 8 points in the quarter.
He wants the ball, has a flair for the dramatic, unfazed in big situations.
Pass to Okogie. Back to Paul. The kick to Durant. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a handle on it.
And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use their coach's challenge. Asking for a review. This could be a big call.
People were worried that this would slow the action down.
2 shots. Previous play is under the game.
The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Tyronn Lue address the team. He wants them to up their intensity. He said, quote, "We're lax in too many areas. If we can muster a consistent effort, we have a chance to capture the lead and never look back." Guys, he sounds very confident playing from behind.
Thank you for that, Allie. The 3, George. It's hauled in by the Suns. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to Durant. Lets the 3 fly. Suns keep it alive. Okogie. Zubac against Booker.
Everybody up for that one.
Goodness!
You could just feel that coming. And Booker, not just an onlooker. How about that one?
That free throw good from Booker.
And there's the cherry on top. Excellent trip up the floor to build out this lead.
George left side for three. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
And the foul called on Nick Batum. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot two. And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
George outside. Pass to man. Out to Leonard. Lets it go from the wing. No good. A bit long that time. Outside Durant. So the Suns win it. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their